Earlier today, during the swearing-in of Professor Kithure Kindiki, Ruto made some remarks that have been trending. Let's listen to Ruto before we continue.
I have almost become a lonely voice in the executive, especially in the presidency, speaking about our projects, speaking about our programs, elaborating on what we are doing. You are eloquent, my brother. You are intelligent, my brother. I am confident that you will do that which I have missed for the last 2 years. I know you will.
Ruto is talking of being lonely at the executive and more so at the presidency. So he wants Kithure Kindiki, who is eloquent, to help him. He wants Kithure Kindiki to go out explaining to Kenyans about the government projects and the programs, something that has been lacking in the past 2 years. And before William Ruto made those remarks, Kithure had said this. Listen to this.
I promise you before this congregation and before God that I will not let you down for the privilege you have given me. Your Excellency, sir.
Kithure is saying, I promise you, I will not let you down for the privilege you have given me. Kithure is now promising that he'll not let down William Ruto for the privilege. I want us to put all that into perspective for Kenyans to see clearly what Ruto means and what's happening behind the scenes. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's proceed. In the past 2 years, Ruto has been going around the country campaigning for 2027. That's what William Ruto has been doing. And as he goes around campaigning for the next election, we've been seeing William Ruto giving some promises that have always turned out to be fake. Unless things change, unless William Ruto starts being honest and truthful with the Kenyans, I'm seeing a William Ruto is trying to tell Kithure Kindiki to also go around the country campaigning for him, giving fake promises. That's what I'm seeing Ruto trying to tell Kithure Kindiki. Unless things change, unless William Ruto starts delivering, he's just trying to tell Kindiki to go around the country lying to Kenyans. That's what I'm seeing here, ladies and gentlemen. Kithure Kindiki, on his part, is saying he will not let down Ruto. Ruto has done him a privilege. I'm seeing a Kithure Kindiki who is just confirming to Kenyans that he will be a William Ruto's #1 sycophant. He will be a yes sir kind of a person. He will not question Ruto. That's something coming out very, very clearly. And just as I've been saying in this forum, two people cannot decide to work together unless they agree. Now that Professor Kithure Kindiki has accepted to deputize Ruto, to be William Ruto's deputy, he must behave like Ruto. If he had some principles, then he must set them aside. He must behave the way William Ruto wants. And in the under 2 years of Ruto's rule, Ruto has come out as a failure in terms of performance. He has been incompetent. By 2027, if Kithure Kindiki walks in the footsteps of Ruto, He's clearly going to be at loggerheads with a majority of Kenyans, in that he'll be making promises, lying to Kenyans, things that are hardly there. Yes. So he'll be at loggerheads with Kenyans. That's what Kithure Kindiki should be prepared to deal with. And again, if you look at Kithure Kindiki, it's a fact that as things are right now, Kithure does not have that strong support coming from the ground. In fact, he's using William Ruto's support on the ground. Even Tharaka Nithi, if today William Ruto decides to tell elected leaders from Mount Kenya East to support another leader, they'll easily dump Professor Kithure Kindiki. So Kindiki has no support of his own. He's just relying on Ruto. And it appears William Ruto loves such leaders, leaders who are weak on the ground. He does not want strong leaders on the ground. He wants leaders he can direct. And if you look at Rigathi Gachagua, Rigathi was also going around the country lying to Kenyans on some fake promises and projects initiated by Kenya Kwanza. His only undoing was that as he did that, as he traveled around the country and more so on the mountain, he was also using those occasions to also build himself politically. We saw he was talking of the mountain's political unity. And that's clearly what angered Ruto. Kithure is thrown between a rock and a very hard place. He's not known to be a combative, very loud leader. You know, Rigathi was very combative and very loud. Kithure is not very combative and is not very loud. How he will actualize William Ruto's demands, that's something that only time will tell. But at the end of the day, the mere fact that Kithure accepted to deputize Ruto, it means he has left his brain outside the door. He has also left his principles outside the door. He's ready to play the dirty works for William Samoei Ruto. So unless things change, Kithure Kindiki will also come out just as another perennial liar like William Samoei Ruto. So it's doomed from day one. Finally, as I conclude, Ruto is talking of being lonely for 2 years. We all know that they've just been in power for about that 2 years. Does it mean that immediately they came to power, Ruto became lonely? And if that's the case, then it's very clear William Ruto had no intention of working with Rigathi Gachagua. He just used Rigathi for mobilization and to penetrate the mountain vote. Immediately he was declared the president, Ruto was done with Rigathi Gachagua. He had started the process of removing him. So again, Rigathi allowed himself to be used. He's now dumped. That should be a lesson to other politicians. Don't just accept deals. Have some commitments. Rigathi is on record saying he never had any deal. He did not sign any deal with Ruto. But now he has been dumped. Politics is sometimes dirty in Kenya. I'm seeing a Rigathi Gachagua who also danced himself lame before the main dance. He was very busy creating enemies, attacking some imaginary critics. Any person Rigathi thought was William Ruto's political opponent, Rigathi was going for those people. He was attacking them, thinking that William Ruto was going to be pleased as a result of that. It turned out that all those were traps Ruto laid out for him, he snared himself without knowing. And that points again to Rigath's political naivety. Rigathi was still politically naive. He had not yet matured up politically. He was just serving his first term as Madeira Member of Parliament. So he was not yet mature. He was not yet ready politically. Ruto was more mature than him, and even in terms of political experience, political maturity, Ruto was far much ahead of Rigathi. Even Kindiki himself was ahead of Rigathi Gachagua. Let me stop it there. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Those watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give the video a like. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.